Okay,
Yeah.
watch for the camera.
Live, right?
We're live as live
That's
can get.
right. We're as live as we're going to get. For people who are almost dead.
That's what I was trying to tell you.
Hey, welcome to the WTF on KUHSdenver.com. I'm Rhonda Shea, and this is Henry Archuleta. We just call him Hen Baby, though. That's his nickname when he's on the air with me. Hen Baby.
Hen Baby.
How are your peeps, Hen Baby? How your peeps call my peeps, right?
That's right. That's the way it works.
Anyway, let's see. Oh, Stu Evans is on. Remember, you were talking about Kim Radio today.
Yeah,
I love that guy. He's great. One of the best DJs I ever had the privilege of working with. And he is phenomenal. He's doing a great job at KIMN Radio.
Yeah, did you like that thing I shared?
I did.
That came from old school, and I grabbed it and spit it.
Yeah, I was going to comment on it, but I haven't had time yet. But yeah, I've got some really fun pictures of Stu and I and Randy J and Paxton Mills. And Paxton was a lot of fun, but he was talented. He was a little hard to handle sometimes. But he was great.
It was
great
fun
talent.
stuff, right?
Yeah. Oh my God, he was a great DJ, but he was a difficult person sometimes, you know. But he was a good man. I mean, I enjoyed it. I feel bad he's gone.
But Kim was big. I mean, it was AM. That was big back then.
Well, it was, one of the last of the great AM rockers. Most of us in Colorado grew up with KIMN.
Even I did.
And yeah, AM 95 Tiger Radio. And people in Chicago grew up with WLS, and I mean, it would be along those. It would be along those lines.
It was that side of the Mississippi was W. This side of the Mississippi was K. And
it was an AM station, so it bounced. So So when you broadcast on AM, the broadcast waves, the radio waves would hit something and bounce, and then they'd bounce back again. So we'd get letters from people all over the world that had heard the station because it would bounce. And at nighttime, you could hear it all the way into Kansas and Nebraska. It's a big station. Clear channel. I mean, clear, wattage, clear signal all the way through. So it was great. And,
it's something that you got to be a part of history like that. That's big.
Yeah, it was, I felt very pleased to and work with some of the greatest air talent, I think, in Denver radio.
Ever. Stephen
B. and the Hawk.
Paxton.
When
I posted that up this morning, I got all kinds of thoughts about, wow, I remember that. Wow, I remember this. I used to listen to this. Go to the sock tops. We used to always put on Kim and play it at the drive-in theaters and stuff. You know what I mean? And they'd go over to Burger, Big Mac, or whatever. They had different names, burger stand. Joe's Burger Stand. They turn on Kim and
the cars would be there. Stu just said in that Boys and Girls, it's time for Stu Stories. That was one of the features we had, Stu Stories, and they were great. And Paxton, R.I.P. Yes, he really came from Chicago, being more big, but he was truly a great talent. And I miss him. I got to, once you got to know him, you kind of loved him, but he was a little bit hard at first on you.
And everybody would ask me, they were asking me, where was this located at? I'd always have to say, it was right across on the west side of the lake over there in Sloan's Lake. I'd go just on the west side right there alongside Sheridan Boulevard. And people, where? Nobody can remember where that was located.
Well, it was on Sheridan, and it was, I think it was, let me see, about 20th Sheridan.
Yeah, right on the corner.
And it's where they have that shopping center there and the Target and all of that. And it was across from Sloan's Lake, and it was a cinder block building with dirt floor in the basement, and the feral cats living in it.
That was good, no mice.
Yeah, it was a pretty crazy building. It had the old record on the side, the KIMN letters, like you see in the picture. Until we moved to South Monaco, and we moved to that building in, I think I want to say like 1980, maybe something like that, or 81, something like that.
Yeah, I remember that. It was cool. Like I said, then you had the what was it, Kim Reporter, who'd go in the car and. Kim Reporter was, I remember, here live over at Wall.
Oh, yeah.
At Arlen's shopping center.
Yeah.
She was caught stealing some socks.
Yeah, we used to do all that live. And we had the Traveling Road Show, which was a great big RV that was, decked out to the max.
And what about the plane?
Yeah, we had an airplane. Yeah, we had all kinds of stuff. I flew in that plane once with Dick Dillon.
Oh, my God.
That was really cool. And Dick had all these little places because Denver wasn't so big then. That he could land. It was a single-engine plane, and he didn't want anything bigger because in case something happened, he could glide. Yeah. And so he had all these little spots along the way when he was doing traffic that if something happened, he could land. And he actually, this is probably against the law, but it's too late to do anything about it, so I'll admit it. we were in the airplane, and he let me fly it. I was like, yeah, fly the damn plane. And when I worked at Channel 7, I wanted to go up in the helicopter, and the general manager said, oh, God, that's a death trap. I wouldn't send any of my managers up in that. I was like, I'll send the reporter.
Rhonda, you penned in some first up close and personal, all about your life.
Stupid up everybody we worked with. This is cool. So Randy J, Man Mountain Murphy, love that guy. Scott Jenkins, yeah, it's great. Bob Carson, Scott Quarterview, Steve Alexander, George Weber, who of course died 2 years ago from his murder. John Hendricks. I mean, there were so many wonderful talents at that station. I can't even begin to. Let me see if I can see what else because I forget. I'm getting old. Stu's got a better memory than me.
Being the hockey crowd became very big.
Yeah, and then Stephen B was murdered too.
Yes,
they're both George Weber and Stephen B.
I wonder, you wonder being in radio, being a personality, and some of the things you say or do, and then you travel or go somewhere, something could happen. I think that could probably happen when you go to New York City. Yeah. You know how New York City is, but.
Yep, and Dick Dillon, Stu just said Dick Dillon would never do a helicopter. I know he said he would never do a helicopter. He's like, I don't want a helicopter. I don't want to be in a helicopter because they're like a rock. When the thing stops, they just go.
It's over.
Yeah, he was. But we had a lot of fun, and we did the chicken, of course. I used to joke all the time and say that I had a man. I was get to supervise a guy. Now, back then, women didn't supervise men too much. I said, but he wears his pecker on his face.
I can supervise him.
I can take care of that guy.
Pecker on his face, easy.
But anyway, we had a lot of fun. We did have a lot of fun. So we should get to the music, though. Speaking of that, and then we'll keep talking about this on the TV side. Yeah. So Pat Benatar, Hit Me with your best show. I love that song.
Good stuff.
Hit me, baby, hit me. There we go.
You talk a lot about all this good stuff, though. I mean,
it was fun.
It's good stuff. And with your up close and personal show, we're going to talk a lot about this. And
just stay away from the real personal. We'll just talk about the up close. No, not even that with my ring.
But I'm going to ask you all those things. And I'm going to ask you ahead of time. And you say this, guy say that, you can say no.
You can ask me whatever you want. I'll just plead the fifth, and it won't be far from off because I don't remember much from like 18 to 21. We had an event the other night, and someone said, "How many glasses are in a keg of beer?" And I said, "I don't know, but when I was in college, I think there was 3."
After 3,
I don't know. I was like, can't remember.
Did you ever drink one?
But sometimes.
Because there's
not a lot in college. I mean,
One Christian wine company up there in North Denver has these little events out in the park.
We had Annie Boone's Springs.
Yeah, remember that?
And
Boonesbury Bar.
Boone's Farm.
Boone's Dairy Farm.
Was it Annie Green Springs?
Yes.
And
Boone's Dairy Farm.
That wasn't Boone's. It was something that sounded like that. Boone's. What's that? Blackberry. I can't remember.
Cheap wine.
It was a cheap wine in a box. Yeah.
Yeah.
So Annie Green Springs or Annie Green something. I don't know.
Oh, that was some fun.
There was some crazy stuff. And we used to do the Everclear. Did you ever do that?
Oh,
and mix it with punch.
Yes.
Garbage can punch. Yeah, that was always
That would kill you.
Yeah, it was pretty much.
That was fun. Those were the fun times.
And you can do a handle because you're young and not driving a car and safe with friends, so you're not somewhere where something's going to happen to you. But it was a lot of fun. And speaking of that, here's a weird story about beer. So I'm going to pull this up. In Berlin, why all these Berlin's in the news a lot with oddity stories, by the way. Police in Germany say a truck carrying crates of beer lost part of its load, spilling about 10,000 bottles of beer on the road in the southwest part of the country. I should. Mannheim police said Saturday that volunteer firefighters from 2 nearby towns and local civil defense teams took part in a salvage operation. I bet they did. Here's one we can keep.
10,000 bottles of beer.
10,000 bottles of beer on the road. 10,000 bottles of beer. You take one down. Anyway.
And this is a German truck?
German truck in Germany. Estimated 12,000 euros worth of beer, which is about $13,300 in American. And it was lost in the crash Friday, or it was salvaged and never showed up again. It was drank.
Everybody showed up for it, huh?
So I'll help clean up that mess. No problem. That'd be fun.
That really happens. A lot of people see trucks that are thrown over food,
chocolate,
or beer, chocolate. Everybody stops there. I'll help.
Yeah, let me help.
Then you see them running off.
Let's go. Anyway, The truck driver is being investigated for failing to properly secure his load. Maybe he was drinking his own beer as he was driving. So I thought that was.
You think that happened?
No. Well, I mean, there could be some drunk driving, but I don't think they.
Did you hear about the pilot that was going to get on his plane and caught him just by
Boone Farm? That's what it was. Boone Farm.
Boone's Farm.
Boone's Farm. Yeah.
Boone's Farm.
Oh, Sue knows because she was drinking everything. Okay.
Come on, Sue.
Yeah. You hear about that, don't you? So I got some weird things in here. So there was a longhorn cow, Texas longhorn.
That was so funny.
Yeah, in Colorado Springs for a parade, and it got spooked, and it took off running and ran into a hotel. It got into the window or something in the hotel in Colorado Springs, because we're Cowboy Hall of Fame is there, and also so one of the nearby cowboys just went in and roped the thing and took him out of the hotel. And it's kind of funny.
Wouldn't it be somebody, you're in the hotel, all of a sudden here comes this.
Or you're from another country, because
they
think we're still in the Wild West, and they see that.
That was so cool, honey.
Yeah, wasn't that cool? Somebody from Wichita.
Or from Japan. They go try to get on top of it.
Yeah, really. Anyway, so a Pennsylvania cat. Cats are kind of averse to water. There's a cat in Pennsylvania that loves swimming. And he has a little vest, and he swims every summer, and he just puts a little cotton, just swims around. Isn't that funny?
I wonder if he thinks that there's fish in there.
I don't know what he thinks, but I think it's weird. But there's also another story about a cat where police in, let me see where it was. I think it's in Utah. They saw a kitten, what they thought was a kitten, and they went to get it, and it just went ape on him, like ripped him up, went nuts. It turned out it was a bobcat.
Oh my God.
Come here, kitty. They run around. I've seen them.
Yes.
I mean, you can see them in the neighborhood.
You can tell they're different.
Yeah, it's like, do not touch the bobcat. Hello.
They're walking around, they're all buff and stuff.
Oh yeah, they're mean. I mean, even their kitties. Let's see, there's a picture of the kitty on here. If I can find it, I'll show you. And even the little baby kitten looks like it could rip you a new one. It's like, there it is. Look at it. It's a face, and it's like, I've never seen a cat look like that. Have you?
Well, that's a bobcat, yes.
Yeah, but I mean,
like
I don't know how they could even think that was a domestic kitty.
Oh, come here. Or the little old lady who goes out and gets the skunk and says, come here, kitty, because you can't see.
Yeah. It's like, oh my God. So here's a story that's kind of fun today. Girls only. There's a village in Poland that has had only, I'm going to flip the whole story because it's really weird. There's in Warsaw, Poland, this came out of Warsaw, a county mayor in southwestern Poland is promising a surprise award for the couple who next has a boy in the village where there have only been girls born for nearly a decade.
Oh my God.
They've not had a single boy born.
There's a problem there.
I bet it's a pretty smart village. That's all I gotta say. Anyway, authorities in the village of, I can't say this, Mieszanki, Odzawanski, which was around 300 residents, and there have been no boys born since 2010. And they're beginning to worry about filling farming jobs in the future. Isn't that weird?
Well, why don't they have girls?
Well, here's what I think. 300 people, if they're all marrying each other, and if girls happen to run in a family, because it's familiar whether you're going to have girls or boys. And so if too many people are like,
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not saying that, but it could be that. I don't know. That's weird. But only girls have been born for 10 years in that town. No boys. Boy, the next boy that's born to be spoiled rotten, isn't he? Oh my God!
Or if you're a guy,
they have the pick in a litter too.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. If you're a guy,
I know.
Pick in the litter.
I don't know. That's pretty weird. I don't know how that would even happen. Do you know if you have a Nintendo game that's not been opened up, Henry, that they're going for as much as $10,000? The original Nintendos in their original packaging. They have never been opened.
No, sir.
I'm so sick that I always miss the boat. I open everything. One of the days I'm just going to go buy something that's really popular and just throw it in an attic and wait for my kids to get rich. I mean, it's the dumbest thing.
$10,000 for a Nintendo?
Yeah, go figure.
Still not open. Why?
I don't know. It's who knows why. And here's another weird thing, and we can talk about some other stuff, but there's a cathedral in London, a very old, large cathedral, and they decided that not enough people were coming in there, so they put a miniature golf course to the cathedral. That's like, why would you? They're kind of ruining art. We have a 1,200-year-old, we have a 2,000-year-old cathedral.
Painted by Michelangelo.
Yeah. And nobody's coming. What should we do? Yeah, let's put a miniature golf course in, I'd say. That'll be okay. Let's just do
some fun. Hit that little ball into the gopher hole.
I don't know, so let's just put a miniature golf course here. We'll just come on, they can tee off, and we can go right around, and we can look at the sculpture. It's like, you got to be kidding me. You know, way to ruin art. Yeah. Way to ruin art, England. You know.
Jeez.
Speaking of way to ruin things, that's a good segue into our.
A segue.
That's a segue into the man who's
occupant.
I won't say his name anymore. The man the current occupant of the White House.
Yeah.
That's a good segue into that jerk. Oh.
I think it's
What?
Yeah, never.
You're gonna say something bad. I know.
Yes, I was. It's just like.
So I don't know. So there's almost so much to talk about that's gone on in the last week that you don't even know where to start.
Yes, like, you're so embarrassed to even say it.
Well, I'll tell you what I was not happy with, though. I was not happy with the Democratic debates. I don't know about you, but I was displeased, especially the Detroit night. Well, because they were, there's too many of them. First of all, people, get your crap together. You know you're not going to win presidency when you're some podunk guy that nobody's heard of in the middle of nowhere. And then on top of that, my favorite one is the guy that his only platform is everybody's going to get $1,000 a month. I'm like, $12,000. You get $1,000. You get $1,000.
And our former governor, I thought was really. Well, I think we can. We didn't have no try.
And really, of all years, they should have. I think what they've done is they smell blood in the water, so they won't come out. But I think that that really we should have. They shouldn't have even gotten that far. And get it down to 4 serious candidates and go from there, and quit tearing each other apart, quit giving them fodder. You don't just pick one and go.
Do it.
And I think, what do you think about it? Who do you like?
I like Michelle Obama.
I love Michelle Obama. She'll never run.
God,
she's the most popular woman in America and in the world. In the world. Yeah, in the world.
Most admired, most popular.
Breaking news here. Hospitals are treating 22 people for gunshot wounds in El Paso, Texas. Big mass shooting. So our hearts, let's send them thoughts and prayers to that gun-toting district. So we'll send some thoughts and prayers.
We always say thoughts and prayers. I've never understood that.
I'm really good.
By a truck?
There's an old joke, and I used it this morning, which is an old thing where the person's praying to God, and they're like, God, how come I haven't won the lottery? How come I haven't won the lottery? I pray to you, I'm faithful. And God finally says, hey, you got to buy a ticket first. And it's the same thing with the gun control. Mm-hmm. It's like thoughts and prayers, and I appreciate it. It's wonderful that
then everybody argues on Facebook.
But you got to buy the ticket first. We got to get rid of the guns first.
And then there's crickets.
And those states where they say, having guns protect them, well, guess what? They did not. Ask those 22 people how well they were protected from having guns. So I really think we got to.
What do you think of the gun situation?
Which one?
The way they just get their guns and go shooting up.
It's crazy. I mean, you can't.
You think it's because our KUHS in charge is creating this?
No, it went on long. I mean, I'd love to blame everything on Donald Trump for when I stubbed my toe. I would like when I get up in the morning and I stub my toe.
You stubbed your toe this morning. Whose fault was it?
Trump's.
Your car got a flat tire.
Thanks, Trump.
You went to McDonald's, you got your order wrong.
But anyway, but I can't blame him for the gun situation in this country because it has been going on for decades. And we have ignored it for decades. And so, although it's not getting any better under him, certainly he did not cause this. And he he could have changed it. He could have done something good. He didn't do it, just like Bush and Clinton. And let's just keep going. Nobody does anything about it.
Wow.
And so we need
to. It's getting worse and worse and worse.
Yeah. Because there's more and more cooks because we don't have enough mental health and, enough for other things too. But
that's the lie about mental health because a lot of these people are having some serious problems and they don't care about nobody else's life.
No, they don't. And they're sick. And instead of helping them, we throw them to the wolves and then they end up doing something that's horrific and they damage a whole bunch of other people's mental health by shooting people, hurting them in their physical health. But anyway, our thoughts go out to the people in El Paso and it's a terrible tragedy for the town. And so we're sending in our thoughts and our prayers for their healing and hopefully a vote to stop these things from happening.
Oh, big time, yes.
Because you have to do both. So I just wanted to break for that. It's not really funny, but I didn't want to ignore what's going on. It's
because it's very, very sad.
So I was thinking I might run for president. What do you think? Everybody else is. I should just throw my hat in there.
You probably do the best. I think
I'll do it for food. I'll hold a sign. Be president for food. But it's I could be bought too. I mean, I'm just going to tell them right up front. If I was running for president, this would be my thing. I can be bought. We'll work for food because the food in the White House is pretty good. You have a little chef. And,
pretty good.
yeah, and you have a house, so you don't really need anything, and you can take a bunch of bribes so you get rich. And who needs a paycheck? It's no big deal to sign over the paycheck like Trump did when you're stealing money left and right from the public. You don't need it. I don't need your paycheck. I'll just take money.
Yeah. I think he accepts the paycheck.
No, he gives it to charity.
You think so?
Yeah, I think he does.
No,
Actually,
I don't
I
think
he does.
Can you look that up and find out?
Well, he did. I mean, I know he's done some of it, yes, but not. I mean, I don't know about all of it, but I know he's done some of that. But I think I'd be a good president. And then I'd have my husband. What would he be? The first lady.
That's wrong.
He's got a sissy name, Patty. We could make him the first lady.
First lady.
And then we could comment on his clothes. Did you see that? He went out with his arms showing.
What do you think of our first lady?
I go back and forth with her. She is. I don't know. I think that she's. At first I was like, save Melania. She's in a horror. Oh my God, who'd want to be married to that guy? But obviously, she married him most likely for the money. I mean, we don't know that, but I would assume she did. Because when you marry somebody that's been married 3 times, cheated on every single wife. It's kind of.
I don't know how you could cheat.
I don't know. You never get better than her. You trade up. You never get better than her. She's a beautiful woman. She seems very lovely. But she keeps to herself, and I don't blame her. And, who knows? I don't think she's necessarily one of our best first ladies, but she's not bad. She's just there.
You think that was his first lady?
No, sure, no. And his last either. As his wife. Nope. There could probably fill a hall with all the women that he's.
Because him and that other guy, that Epstein.
Yeah, well, that's kind of interesting. We'll have to see what comes out of that. There could be a whole lot of powerful rich men that get in big trouble if there's any records of that. And they should.
You think she's lovely, the first lady?
I think she's a very lovely person. I don't necessarily think.
Did you see the pictures of her naked?
My husband did. He looked him up and had him on the internet when Trump was running. And he came running in and he goes, "Look at this." He said, "That's going to be our first lady." And I was like, yeah. Have you seen those?
No.
Oh, my husband found. I've seen them. I've seen.
You believe me?
No. I've seen 2 of them, and she does look pretty good. But my husband was great. Well, I'll tell you a funny story. When Trump, he was not a Trump fan. When Trump got elected, he was all upset and angry, and he was just an angry guy anyway to begin with. He says, that son of a, SOB's got everything. He cheated all these people. He closed businesses. He didn't pay small businesses. He bankrupted tons of people. He's a liar. He got in trouble for, not leasing his apartments to black people back in early. He goes down the list, right? He just, he's a thief. He's this, he's that, blah, 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 blah. And he's like, and God gives him everything. God gives Donald Trump everything. Not only does he get to be filthy rich born to this guy, not only does he get to cheat people and he never gets caught and get in trouble, not only does he lie about a charity, not only can he say he grabs women by the you-know-what, he gets elected president, and then he holds up the picture of Melania naked and shows it to me and says, he gets to marry that beautiful bitch. I was like, oh my God. He was, and I said, "Oh, honey, are you like jonesing for the first lady?"
He was salivating and everything. He was in the other room for a while before he brought out the show.
Muttering to himself, just muttering. And I was like, I said, "Get used to it. We got 4 years of it if we're lucky, and 8 if we're not." Oh Lord! But I hope we can.
That's funny.
Isn't that funny? Oh, he was so upset, and then he just stops and goes, and then he gets to marry. He shows a naked Melania. I said, and you're stuck with me. That's what happens when you're poor, honey. This is what you get. You don't get a Melania. You get a Rhonda.
You gotta have money, honey.
Yeah. Gotta have money to get one of those. Otherwise, you're just stuck with short, fat meat. But anyway,
that works.
I couldn't figure out why I never did marry a rich guy, and then I saw people that did, and went, "Oh, I know why now." Anyway, so
did he buy her? Did he? Or what?
No, I don't know what he did. No, he doesn't have to buy. I mean, he just, who knows what he did? Who cares? But I don't necessarily want to bash her. She's what she is. I'm not proud to have a first lady who was a pinup girl and naked, and and people have to. That's not really exactly what you'd expect of a first lady. Let's compare her to like a Jacqueline Kennedy or Laura Bush or
I like Jacqueline.
Or Barbara Bush.
Barbara Bush was like George Washington.
But I mean, they were
compare George Washington and Barbara Bush, like when she was older.
They might have got Betty Ford to do something like that because she was a drunk. So she might have.
She had the Ford
Clinic. But I mean, all the other first ladies have had some decorum and dignity, and this woman, I think gave it up when she posed naked. But she's been, I think, a decent first lady.
Naked in a sex magazine.
Yes.
That wasn't like a Playboy or something like that, was it?
But it was WTF. Yeah, it was, and there was another one I saw. There were several.
Can Patty give me those magazines?
He's got the pictures on his phone. I should put them up. But he thought that was like, look at that, look at that.
He's all happy.
First lady's got nothing to hide. The president might, but she doesn't. But anyway, but I don't like to bash her too much because. I don't think she's been a bad bitch. She hasn't been anything. She's been like, like water that's lukewarm. That's what I think the word's.
It just stays in the background.
And that's probably smart. Probably because she does. She'll like get mad at him. And I don't think she wanted this. I mean, she didn't sign up for it. It was, all of a sudden thrust into the spotlight with a person like him who's going to create controversy, whether you're for him or against him, stir things up everywhere it goes.
I think he just wanted to, play around with trying to run for presidency and then found out, oh man, I won. Now what do I do? I think that's what happened.
Well, who knows? I don't. We'll never know what happened, but he's there now, and hopefully we'll get him out when we get a new person in a few years.
What do you think?
The Democrats don't get off their butts and stop having too many people and too many kooks, we're going to be in trouble. I like Camilla.
Do you?
Yeah, I really love her. I think she would be an awesome president. I also like the young lady from Hawaii.
Oh yeah.
She's pretty tough. She'd be a great VP, maybe.
What do you think of a female president?
I think it'd be great.
You don't think they'd come unglued?
You just say that because you're going to be in big trouble. No. Okay, now, let me tell you this. I don't think they could come any more unglued than the person we have in there now.
No, but
no matter
females
what.
can come unglued.
Okay, you're going to get it. I'm trying not to come unglued when you say that.
You come unglued on me.
No. I do think that it would be good to have, some combination of with a woman either as a vice president or president at this time. I don't know if the country will ever vote a woman, and they'd probably vote in a dog turd before they vote in a woman. But, we'll see. Oh, I don't want her. But I really like Camilla.
I got a good story for you. This lady, she's an older woman, and she went out walking her dog, and she had her purse with her, and she was walking over there around the lake and stuff. And I was coming along there, and I was running out there, and this guy comes running real fast and snatches her purse and takes off running with her purse. This old lady. I took off running, caught him, and slapped him up. Took the purse back to her. And I said,
"Did you really?"
Yeah,
this is a joke.
I told the lady, I got your purse for you, honey. I feel so bad for you. I got it. She goes, "Oh, no worry, that's my old purse. I was just putting the dog shit in it."
Did you see, speaking of that, that's a good segue, this is a radio term, segue into the fact that there's somebody that stole, like those porch pirates.
Oh, yeah.
Well, this woman, let me see if I can find her and I'll see where she's at, but there's a woman and porch pirates came and stole this package off her porch and it contained 9 tarantulas.
Oh, my God.
Yeah, let me see where, can you imagine? Oh, we got it. They get home, they open it up. And because if you weren't knowing what it is, you just rip the box open and there's 9 giant hairy tarantulas ready to bite your face off.
They were delivered to her home?
Yeah. They're on her porch. I don't know if they were delivered there, but, and here's one. Chicago thieves steal 3 mannequins wearing designer clothes. Your girlfriend's a little stiff.
Did you ever see that movie, Mannequin?
Yes. Yeah.
I really like that when she comes to life and stuff.
Oh, my God. Woman says her 2-year-old son jumped onto a conveyor belt at Hatfield-Jackson International Airport in Atlanta and fell through the luggage chute into the baggage slot, into the baggage room. Okay, first of all, I know kids. I had kids, and I had a kid with ADD. And let me tell you something. They're hard. But you don't let them get on a conveyor belt.
That's right. You watch.
Okay, you're watching them at a conveyor belt.
Make sure you carry your stun gun.
You don't let them sit on there. I've seen parents let them ride on those things. And it's like, are you out of your mind?
Yes, and they do.
Yeah, it's stupid. You don't do that. But when you're an adult at 63 years old and you go shopping with your husband at Walmart, you can ride in the shopping cart. You can push you through the store.
So you ride in the car. Come here, Rhonda.
Yeah. We do it.
You don't get the motorized one?
No, we get the car he pushes me, and then we go buy stuff and we yell about what it is until they throw us out. It's really fun. I want to put him in a cart, but I can't pick him up. He's a baby, but I can't pick him up. Here you go. We used to, when we were younger, I don't know why, but because when we were younger, because we were married when we were like 25, and we were young. And we would go to the store, and it was so boring. I hated grocery shopping. Cause we would go to the store, and he'd be in one aisle, he'd be in one aisle, I'd go down the next, and we'd literally do it with all the soft goods, like the paper towels and toilet paper and stuff. And then we would just drop kick him over the top of the thing, and he'd have to run and catch him.
No, sir.
And then he'd dunk it into the cart. We'd be like, go long!
Go long! Oh my gosh.
Yeah, it was fun.
Well, you know what sometimes have you ever been to the parking lots of some of these places, whether it be Walmart or King Soopers or whatever? These people will get their carts, their buggies, and come and push it alongside your car or something.
I know, you can't get out.
And so I carry these big long ties. You know, those zip ties?
Oh, God.
And I get out and I get the zip tie and tie the cart right to the handle of their car and tie it up and take off.
That's funny.
And that's on the passenger side. So when they get in the car, they think it's not closed and they can start pulling.
Oh, that's funny. That's actually good. I like that.
It works.
Good way to make them not do it. Gosh. What did you think? I mean, the first thing I think everybody said when they heard of RFK's granddaughter, and of course, our hearts go out to the Kennedy family once again for another tragedy in that family who's given so much to our country. But authorities said that they're looking at her toxicology report. The granddaughter died. RFK, that would be Robert Kennedy, Bobby Kennedy's granddaughter. I think it was her youngest one. His youngest one. William was youngest one.
They call it the curse of the Kennedys.
I know, they call it the Kennedy curse. And I mean, what do you think? Do you think that's real?
That could be real. That's actually real because, well, the other two were murdered. That's not really a curse. That's the hatred.
Okay, we had one die in an airplane crash.
I think that was a murder.
It could have been. Serving our country. We had Bobby and John. Okay. Murdered. We had the one with cancer, I think, that lost his leg and then he's passed away. We had one in the tree skiing.
Yes.
No, I mean, remember? There was then John Jr.
Yes.
Okay, and I believe there's been, Ted Kennedy, of course, he was older when he got cancer and died, so that's not really, because that's just normal. And then you have, I think there was one or two others that had problems. One of them was up for murder. One of them was in that place in, was it in New Jersey?
Yes.
Yeah. And then you have this granddaughter, and that's what I can't remember. I don't know if that's all of them.
So you think about, is there anybody left?
Well, they had about 1 billion kids, and so each one of them had 5 kids. There's probably 100 of them. So that would.
And their compound is beautiful.
Yeah. So statistically speaking, you're going to have a couple of things happen when you have that many people. But I can't. Do you think it's a curse or not?
I think so.
You have to wonder.
I mean, a lot of things don't happen in all these other families' lives like this.
Well, and they had the dog now, and they've taken some of those things that were tragic, and they've turned those into wonderful things.
And look how tragic.
Like they took the sister that had
Jacqueline went with the. That was tragic.
They took Eunice. I think it was Eunice. I can't remember which one of the Kennedys was born with an intellectual disability, and they created the Special Olympics. I mean, now think about this. That's a wonderful gift to our country.
Of what they created. Of thinking, well, there's a problem here. Well, not really. But it's created.
Yeah. So they've taken some of this stuff and really turned it into benefits, but it's still a great.
But I think John F. Kennedy
and even Jackie Kennedy didn't die too old. I mean, she died.
John F. Kennedy talks about he's going to expose the banking system, and he was taking it away from the banking system, the Federal Reserve and all that. He printed his own money. And then Johnson
print his own money.
Yeah, well, not him.
Of course he didn't
the country, he as a president, the country's printed their own money instead of letting the Federal Reserve and private banking. And right after that, he got killed. Well, Johnson came in and took back the money. There's a movie on. They did the movie on it. Did you know that?
No.
You didn't?
I've seen a couple of those.
It's not conspiracy. This is real.
I believe there's no way that Kennedy was just shot by Oswald. I think
that's, that's the banking system.
Yeah, somebody got it. The banking or the mafia or somebody.
The banking system.
I wouldn't be surprised.
What's that movie?
Okay, what's it called?
It's JFK.
Okay.
And in the movie, they show how he printed all the money, the U.S. and the government, and was going to get away from the Federal Reserve and just control the money himself. or the countries.
I wouldn't surprise. I'll tell you what. It would not surprise me if the banking system did it. Would not surprise me if the mafia did it. Would not surprise me if big business. But in every country in the world, when a leader is assassinated, it is a plot. It is a conspiracy. It is a political overthrow. I don't like that word conspiracy because that means it's not real. But in every country except for ours, when there's assassination, it's a political coup. Except for us, it's some lone kook that just got there and killed him, just like Lincoln. Like,
in the same way.
Yeah, I mean, it's like
it was a banking system there too. Did you know the relationship between those two? Go look up Lincoln and Kennedy, and they have almost identical names. Isn't it? Did you see that?
Yeah, the Kennedy was the assistant to Lincoln, and Lincoln was the assistant to Kennedy, and I mean, there's a whole bunch of
back and forth continuous.
I don't think he's dead.
Lincoln? Yeah, he's gone.
He's not dead. There's a big joke. It's a conspiracy. He's really alive. He's living in Buffalo. Yeah, he bought me groceries. I went to the store there. I was on vacation, bought me groceries. We're like Elvis sightings everywhere. I saw Elvis. He bought my groceries. Yeah,
what do you think the big thing about Elvis was? I didn't get it. He's good looking, yeah.
Well, a bunch of good looking at the end. He was kind of fat and old, but when he, like the rest of us, but when he was young, honestly, if you take a picture of Elvis Presley when he was young, and you know how sometimes looks don't necessarily change, but fads change. So somebody that was considered to be attractive 50 years ago is not necessarily attractive today. You can't say that about Elvis. I think he was one of the most handsome men that ever lived. And he was talented and he was doing something new and different, But, he was that very, well, even my daughter, who's 25, thinks he was gorgeous.
Most gorgeous man that ever sang.
One of them, yeah. And,
one of them, yeah.
Well, I think I have to look at
it.
And I don't think the Beatles were that cute. They just had an aura about them. I mean, I think they were charismatic.
Did you used to dance with the Beatles?
Yeah, I love the Beatles. I love all the songs they did.
What Kim Radio? Remember?
Yeah, but I went. I saw them in the 70s. I did not see them when they came out to Red Rocks. Of course, I was like 8 years old. But and I've seen Paul McCartney and I've seen Ringo Starr separately, and I saw George Harrison perform separately. So, the only one I didn't see was that performed separately was John Lennon. You think Yoko Ono really broke up the Beatles?
I don't think so either. I'm not sure what he signed with them.
Well, they were pretty kindred souls.
You think that's what it was? And it was the soul.
Imagine, I don't know if you know this, but Imagine, the song Imagine, Yoko actually penned the words to that. It was one of the poems. And so she really was the inspiration and the majority of the words behind that very powerful song.
Wow. And, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
She's very wealthy, then, right?
Yeah, well, yeah. And she's a good person. She does a lot of good things, But, anyway, it was kind of different. We should probably do a radio thing.
Sure, let's do it.
Where are we at?
We're 2 minutes out.
Oh, I love this. We're listening to a duet by Cher and
Peter Cetera.
Peter Cetera.
Cetera? I'm sorry, I thought it was Cetera.
Cetera? I can't read it. I don't have my glasses on, so I can't see.
Cetera, yeah, you're Cetera.
Oh, I love Beth Hart. Beth Hart is coming up after this.
So you want me to?
Oh no, we'll break before Beth Hart. Okay. Bang bang boom boom with Beth Hart.
Introduce the Beth Hart song.
I love that song. It's one of my very favorite songs. Actually, Beth Hart is one of my very favorite people. And then followed by Bonnie Raitt and Dana Aliano, one of my sorority sisters.
Really, I didn't know she was. You said that before, and I always forget that.
She's a great talent.
Now we've covered a lot of subjects on all these different things that are going on, which is really cool because Rhonda brings it to you and talks about all these cool things, especially the Kennedys, because that's big right now.
It's huge.
Mm-hmm. And they're waiting for the toxicology report, aren't they, to see what she actually
what happened. Yeah.
Now they said it was an overdose of some sort, right?
Yeah.
But they're not sure what it is. That's sad.
Well, I think she had gone in for some kind of surgery, and they'd given her some opioids, and she didn't have any.
That's why the opioids.
Well, blame it on the opioids. It's either Trump or the opioids. Everything goes wrong with it. We're getting ready to do a live break on the radio, so we're just kind of quiet. my God, that's
And
beautiful.
there you have it. Rhonda, Cher, and Peter Cetera. After all, what do you think of that song?
Oh my God, it's gorgeous. Of course, I like anything. Cher could sing the phone book, and I'd be like, it's great. I've seen her 3 times.
Have you seen her? There was a movie about her. Well, it's on cable, I think, about all that she went through.
You know, I got invited to have lunch with her. Did I ever tell you this story?
No.
Oh God, this is like one of the most exciting day, and then it ended up being the worst day of my life. So we'll save it for the show that you're going to do with me, Up Close and Personal.
Up Close and Personal with Rhonda coming up real soon. Watch for it. We're going to make a real nice post soon. I'm going to do an Up Close and Personal. We're going to talk about Rhonda. You know, she does all this other stuff. We're going to let her talk about how she was when she was growing up.
No, you don't want to know that.
Yeah, that's part of Up Close and Personal.
I was a pain in the ass. Okay. If my mother was here, she'd come and say, she was a pain in the ass.
Look at you. Look at you're a great person. You've done a lot of things. You do a lot of community work for a lot of people. Camp Walkie Up.
I love Camp Walkie Up and the Listen Foundation.
Yeah,
Cancer Relief.
You do a lot of good stuff. We're going to mention about all these things that you do. And
well, you know what we're going to do for Camp Walkie Up, we talked about the other day, is we're going to auction off as part of the fundraiser to host your show. I'll sit in here with you, but you can host your show. You can do it on sports. You can take this hour and you can do sports. It's your DJ for a day chance. And
I like that, DJ for a day chance.
And we're going to go ahead and do a link to that. So if any of our listeners actually want to bid on it, they can. They don't have to go to the gala. So we can let them know about it. Yeah. So you get a chance to have your own show, and if you're better than me, then fire me and take over. Maybe I better not do that.
Jesus, Ron,
That'd be a good thing to do.
It's going to be good. It's fundraising for
Camp Walkie Up, which is a free summer camp for children with pediatric cancer and their siblings. And so we're going to do that, and I can either help host the show with you, or you can bring a friend and do it yourself, or we're going to work with you and make sure.
That is going to be so.
It's going to be great. I think probably some of the parents will put on for their kid.
What a great idea!
It's going to be fun. Thank you for letting us do it.
Oh yeah, you bet. I always love doing that kind of thing. It's like being a humanitarian. It's in my blood. I got to get off on the ideas that come across.
It's so easy to help others when you're in a position where you have a voice.
That's right.
And so it's to use that voice and technology to at least try to support people that really need it, and whether that's for Camp Walkie or for homelessness or any of the things that we deal with.
And I did make that statement on the Kim poster that was put up there. I did say how far we have come from Kim AM radio all the way to this international type of feed with technology, technologically driven.
The things that we used to have to do with tape, to cut and splice and do all that stuff, we now take 5 seconds, they're done. I mean, you can record practically on your phone to show that it sounds as good as it used to sound on the radio.
Yes, it's incredible what you can do with
It's pretty amazing.
And right now we're on the international camera. We're going to say hello.
Hi, who's up there?
We're going to say hello to a few people if you don't mind.
I would love to say hello to a few people. Do I have anybody from South America?
Let's bring that up real quick. We do get a lot Kobe Fitz in Africa, and I'm not sure.
I know we get Africa, we get South America. I know we get Argentina, we get.
We got Detroit. We got Angola.
That's a foreign country, right? Detroit.
Angola.
That's great.
And then we got the Philippines. We got
that's wonderful.
United Kingdom.
Oh, that's great. I can't see that far away. Oh, is that
Georgia.
Georgia?
On the other side.
The country or the state? They're both kind of foreign.
Indonesia. And of course Mexico.
Wow, that's great.
And Puerto Rico.
Wow, welcome everybody on the international camera. Thank you for tuning in and taking the time. I know it's different hours and different times of the day.
Isn't it wild? Like I was saying, the Kim AM was super big, and now this type of method it goes by how much syndication you get with live international streaming. It's different.
We get quite a bit though. We pick up a lot on our international camera, which is really cool.
Because they can't go on social media.
I can't figure out why they want to listen to us, but
some people somebody brought this up to me. Some people don't get this kind of stuff.
They don't get the news either, and they don't get to have fun with it. Or maybe they're trying to learn English.
Right. Or they can't get on social media because this international feed goes to a widget on our website. Right. Even with the website, they can't get on social media. Yeah.
Well, it's part of the government control. I'm sure that Trump has probably asked them and trying to figure out how to do it. Let's blame him again. I stubbed my toe. It's Trump's fault. Let's name things and I'll tell you if it's whose fault it is.
It's Trump's fault.
Well, anyway, we're going to get back to the music. Beth Hart? Yes, Beth Hart. Bang, bang, boom, boom.
Oh, here we go.
Beautiful song.
Oh, I love it. She's great. She's one of my very favorite artists. Now I have to talk, and I just want to listen to the song.
Beth Hart, bang, bang,
Bang, boom, boom. She's
that sounds
awesome.
like you're having sex, right?
Well, it's not really about that, I don't think.
Oh, no, I just said that.
Might be. I don't care. I like it, by the way. And Bonnie Raitt's coming up after that, Nobody's Girl. I've got some really great stuff. It's really good music.
It's a really hot song list that you put together. You actually put this
Yeah,
together.
I put this list together. Yeah. It's fun. We had Stevie Nicks, we had Hart, we had Cher, Beth Hart, Bonnie Raitt, Amy Winehouse, Joan Jett. You know, it was a woman. It was just because it's a Me Too movement.
And then what I was, what we were talking about too is like Cher. There was a big story. I don't get to see the story how she was living in the same mansion with Sonny, and he brought in another girl into the mansion. Did you see that story?
I heard it, but I didn't see it.
He's living with this other girl in a mansion, and she's like all pissed off. Not really jealous, but just that
the idea of it.
The idea of having this other woman inside the mansion. But they had to keep the Sonny and Cher model going because that's what made them all their money.
Right.
So they had to keep that going.
But didn't they find out who was the moneymaker in that situation?
In the very end.
And when she left, it was like that.
Well, she tried to leave, but she couldn't because the contract was written by who protected Sonny from her ever doing anything without him.
Right.
And if she did, he gets part of the royalty.
But she certainly showed to be the talent in that bunch.
Yeah.
Who didn't know that?
Yes.
Just like Tina Turner showed herself to be the talent.
Oh
like
my
Tina.
gosh, she was like a monster. And he was holding her back.
Oh yeah, she still
he always beat on her.
Yeah.
Did you ever remember that facility they had here in Denver called the Warehouse?
Yeah.
And they used to bring a lot of big name acts there, and one of them was Tina Turner, and I got to go see them right up close.
I saw that, and I saw Tina Turner.
You sat in like these barrels and stuff. It's called the Warehouse. They brought Tina Turner review there, and we got to see him right up front. And I was always wondering why he was always doing these ugly looks all the time they were playing. Like he was like,
he was a jerk.
Yeah, he was a troll.
And she is delightful. I got to meet her when I worked at Kim.
Did you really?
Yeah, it was cool. I can't remember when it was. No, my big cool.
She had a stroke.
I didn't know that. And I'll tell you one thing, even at 80, when they did her 80th birthday or whatever it was, 70th birthday, her legs were better than most people's were 20. I mean, that woman
she looked sharp.
Yeah, she looked good. I'm sorry to hear that she had a stroke.
Yeah, you can see it in her face sort of that she's gotten over it. But you can sort of see that it's
not quite.
It doesn't under something to your face.
I think she was just great.
Her biggest event was down, she got somewhere far away, but she had 100,000 people in attendance. And she gave her all, and it was all recorded and everything. And she just put on one of the
What's your favorite Tina Turner song? We should do a Tina. You know what? I'm going to do a Tina Turner tribute. We'll just do a whole hour.
Let me see if I can find one song.
One song. My favorite song of hers is Nutbush.
Nutbush. I've never heard of that song.
The Flatbush or whatever it is. Nutbush, Flatbush, some kind of bush.
There's a flat bush.
Can I say that?
Go ahead, go for it. She's got nut bush and flat bush.
I don't know what it is, but it's one of those. That sounded horrible. Oh, whoops.
Whoops.
I didn't mean it that way. It just sounded bad.
There's Acid Queen, Private Dancer.
Those are all good ones. I like the older ones better. Go back and see it.
What I've got to do with the.
That's a good one. Let's do it.
Want to play that one?
Yeah, let's play that one. We're going to just change this. We're going to change the song list because we can.
Well, we'll put right after Bonnie Raitt. We'll stick it in there.
Yeah, that's perfect. That'll go together too.
And there's Private Dance, typical male. There's Proud Mary. Remember Proud Mary?
Yeah, I didn't see
River Deep Mountain High.
That's a good one too. River Deep Mountain High is good. But don't let that.
Yeah, we're just gonna play that.
Ragdoll. That's another one that was great.
What's the one? What's love got to do with it?
That's a good one because what does love have to do with it?
Oh my God, it's got everything to do.
Yeah. It does, doesn't it? Except maybe with her. She was like, nope, don't love you anymore.
No. She couldn't break away from
well, probably afraid.
Yeah, he used to beat her up. He used to always beat her up.
Yeah, it's horrible.
Yeah, and give her black eyes and everything.
Yeah.
How could you do that to somebody so powerful and she's your woman and also your co-host on the show?
Oh, what?
Look at me.
You're threatening me. Me too, help. Are you threatening me, Henry?
That's so funny.
I don't know. People can do different things, right? What's love got to do with it? Hey.
You know, I do that sometimes when I put on these songs. I just run over the songs and I put all.
Let's do that together.
Okay.
Let's do that right now. So let's
so, okay, if you put this one, this one, this
we're just going to list the song like it's a sentence. Okay. What's love got to do with it? All alone. Idiots assisting with the broadcast. And give me shelter. There you go.
And that's what I do. I usually put them all together. You can put them
together any way you want to. Let's see what we get here. Rehab. Talk to me. Who will you run to? Talk to me. Go to rehab. And you're nobody's girl.
And you know, Amy Winehouse, when she did rehab, her dad is the one who stuck her in rehab, didn't he?
She said maybe that's the first lady's song. She's commenting on her Flatbush Nutbush. Oh, God.
That is funny.
I can't remember that. I think it's Nutbush. I'm telling you, don't make it dirty, Henry.
I don't. I'm just the way I come across.
I understand.
I'm saying it. You're saying it, but you say it, then I say it.
I said it, and then I realized what I said, and I was like, I shouldn't have said that, even though it really is a song.
And then you made me say it again, but I say it with.
Then I blame you. That's my. I'm like Donald Trump. I'm like Donald Trump. I was blaming somebody else. It's you.
You're trying to build a wall around.
Yeah, I am. I'm trying to build a wall. Did you see somebody built a little wall around his star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame?
Hollywood Walk of Shame.
Yeah, really. Oh God. Okay, so let's get us oddities. Let's see what else is on here because there's some pretty fun. There was a message found in a bottle in Hawaii that from Hawaii in California. So a newspaper says a message from a bottle in Hawaii was discovered floating in California after traveling for more than a decade across the Pacific. It took 10 years to get across, more than 10 years. And let's say what it reported is that 30-year-old Eric McDermott found the message dated 2006 in April with names of 3 siblings, ages 4, 7, and 10, and an Oklahoma street address. It must have been on vacation in Hawaii and just threw it in. That's kind of cool. Of course, it litters the ocean. Let's pretty sure do that. But McDermott says he tracked down the family a few miles from where he discovered the note, about 77 miles north of San Francisco. Well, how could that be? Let's say Oklahoma. It does say Oklahoma.
Yes, with an Oklahoma street address.
Well, they must have moved to California. The family says they were originally from Santa Rosa, California, and returned living in Oklahoma for a few years. Okay. McDermott said the family threw the bottle in the ocean during their Hawaiian vacation, and it popped up a little bit more than a decade ago. So that's kind of cool, isn't it? Let's go back and see. Oh, there it is. Let's love that video.
Did you ever get to see?
Yeah. She, Diana Ross, and I met them actually.
Really?
Yeah. But Diana Ross is me.
How about Diana Ross? I got to see Diana Ross and they were both together in the round at Big Mac.
Well, that's cool.
Yeah, you didn't get to see
nice person I met was Dolly Parton. We'll talk about her. Okay, let's see what we've got here. A swimming cat. This is like weird. Small plane lands on a road. They're in Washington. They're just driving down the street. Planes out of pops. It just lands on a busy road. Okay.
It's almost like, was it the King's airplane?
Yeah, probably. Here's something really stupid. A second rocket launcher. So this isn't the first time it happened. Was recovered from a U.S. service member at BWI Airport, which is Baltimore Airport. Wow. They're going in there to get all the rats, right? President Trump said, Jesus. Anyway, I ain't going to go to that crazy statement. So anyway, officials say that an Air Force sergeant tried to bring home a rocket launcher as a souvenir. What are you going? You crap for brains? I mean, seriously, that's what my mother would say. What are you going to bring home, Bubba? What the hell? Bring home a rocket launcher. What about you? I'm going to bring home one of these AK-47.
Hell yeah, shit fire and say magic.
I mean, you have to be an idiot. So they caught him, of course, thank goodness, and so they're in trouble. And there are other people, other service member has tried the same thing at the same airport. They must have some clue that airport's not secure. Here's another one. Chicago spent $33,600 to hunt for an alligator.
Oh my gosh.
That was in City Park. And they finally caught it. Look, it's so little. It's like, just, let it eat the ducks and the goose that you don't want and forget about it. You know, it was living in the Park Lagoon, and it took him forever. It was elusive, I guess, an elusive alligator. And they finally caught it. It's not too big. It was like 3 feet. Maybe.
Yeah, well, they can get really wild too.
Like a baby, you can get it. You know, it's weird. All right, we're almost at the end of the show, aren't we?
Yes.
Is there anything that you wanted to say?
No.
Good, because I don't want to hear you anyway. I don't want to hear. I don't want to hear.
I want to hear.
No one cares about you. God, Henry.
I have a 1987 Nintendo tape without being open.
And it's worth $10,000.
Yeah, you want to share it?
Yeah.
You don't want to hear from me.
Oh. There's somebody actually that we're talking about. An open 1987 Nintendo video game could sell for as high as $10,000.
Oh my God.
Yeah, I think that's crazy. And let's see. Oh, there's in Kentucky. This is good. This is Moscow Mitch's hometown. Camper saw a Bigfoot and starts shooting gunfire at an RV park because they think they saw a Bigfoot. Lay off the moonshine, folks. Okay, moonshine is bad. Just cut it out.
Moonshine.
Yeah.
That's no lie either. You know what I mean?
Pull up the jug and have a good old Mountain Dew. All right, well, it's about time to go. We'll be back in 2 weeks. And thank you for tuning in. I'm sorry I've been blocking.
And don't forget, we're going to do an up close and personal with Rhonda Shea, all about her life. You know, nobody ever does
very
this.
Boring.
No, it's not going to be boring. Everybody's been asking me, when are you going to get Rhonda Shea? When are you going to get? I said, I've been after her. She missed her last one. She didn't get back to me. She's
I'm trying to hide. You're going to drag me in. That's going to be not this Thursday, but a week from Thursday.
Yes, and so it'll be a week.
I'm going to Billy Joel this Thursday.
Yeah, so not this coming up Thursday, but the following Thursday from 1 o'clock to 2 p.m. on the Denver Takeover Show. It'll be up close and personal.
We got to add Sue's last comment. the song that she said was Melania Trump was "What's Love Got to Do with It?" Not the Flatbush Nutbush song. That's good.
No lie.
Hey, thanks for tuning in. We appreciate it. And let's see, if you flip over to the radio side, Dana Aliano's on right now with All Alone. And I'll tell you, if you haven't heard that woman sing, you owe yourself that favor to your ears. She's awesome.